Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG that we know and love as VP La Pew Pew. You might know it's a leFhy, a leaf blower, or even a leHeffer. This one is located on the north spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and it's under the command of Appa561 of OLIMP. Game on! 105mm light field howitzer is actually capable of doing 410 alpha, 53mm pen, and 1.91 meters on the burst radius, so it can even do damage if it lands a shell nearby, but it has no stun whatsoever because it's only a 105mm. Now it's mounted on top of a hull that originally would have come from a Shure MV7X, a French heavy tank, so don't ever try to ram one of these because you will normally come off worse. It's about 35 tons in weight. So yes, if you try and ram it, you will definitely get a dent in your vehicle rather than the enemy. Okay, well, it looks like Appa's going to try and fire into the town. Found a target. ARL-44 is dialing in. Rounds out. Oh, he gets a hit with his first shot. Only 65 hit points, but it is a hit. And it looks like his teammates are starting to hit the guy as well. Okay, there are other tanks in the town. He tracked that one. And that was a hit for 120, but he also got track damage as well. Track assist. Now that looks like it hit the tracks. Very difficult position for him to fire on it because it's only a tiny sliver of the tank is showing, and the shells are having to come down from above onto the target. Well, the Excelsior got the kill. He was the lucky one. Over here, we've got a T6 medium. There's a Churchill 3 there, the Soviet version of the Churchill. Oh, he gets a hit with that one with his first shot as well. I guess that guy wasn't feeling so happy that he backed up now. And that's a direct hit. And that was a penetrating shot as well. 393 hit points. I think we can also see there's a tracer coming out from near the lake. So I think the enemy Arty is close by. Okay, KV-1SA. Panzerselbstfahrerfährte-1C. That's the tank destroyer. The free one that Wargaming gave out. Based on the Panzer 1. But nope. He turns around. Got a KV-1SA. We're trying to dial in on him, but this guy is pulling back to try to avoid fire. He got tracked, and I think he's been retracked again. Rounds out. Well, he managed to get back into cover quickly enough there. The enemy Churchill suffered a huge amount of damage, and I wouldn't say he has much longer left to live in the game because... Oh, there you go. He's out the game. And he goes down to the Excelsior as well. So that Excelsior's done exceptionally well. Okay, Panzerselbstfahrerfährte. Yeah, it is a Selbstfahrerfährte, which is a weapons carrier. So he's out the game. We still haven't... We've only got one kill so far. He actually did get the Panzerselbstfahrerfährte 1C. That was the kill. KV-85. Yes, another hit. He's certainly racking up the damage. He's already made it to 1,000 hit points. And about 750 assists as well. Rounds out the Churchill. And his second kill of the game. Wow. Now, I don't know if you can see the readouts from the mods I actually have on the screen. But you can see the shell... It's actually taking about 2.5 seconds to fly from Appa's position right up the north of the map, right down to the south end. So you probably see these shells arcing through the sky towards their target. Okay, the KV-85 is trying to back away. Oh, he's starting to take a lot of damage. I think that enemy Arty is still nearby because we can see tracers coming from that direction. In fact, he has been spotted now. He is in the corner. Okay, we're trying to get shots on this KV-85. He's focusing on him. And the enemy Arty gets spotted again as he fired. The enemy Arty is also another Fifi. A 105 leFH18B2. We're still trying to nail this KV85, but almost did it that time. He's down to 54 hit points. Next shot should kill him. And yes, it does. He's out the game. We've lost sight of that enemy Arty. In fact, I think the enemy Arty got wiped out. In fact, yes, he did. He got taken down by the Cromwell. Okay, over on the west side of the map, we've got a Thunderbolt. And the only thing that's stopping him from coming in and trying to kill us is a Stug 3 Ausrüstung B, one of the tier 4. I think it's a tier 4 tank destroyer. Pretty sure it is, actually. Okay, there's something going on in chat as well. It looks like the rest of the players on our team are a little upset that they weren't getting artillery support. But of course, artillery, Appa561, was actually doing the best he could to win the battle for his team. He's already got 3 kills. So's the Cromwell and the Excelsior. In fact, the Cromwell's got 4 now. The enemy are now down to just 5 players left. The Thunderbolt suddenly appeared out of nowhere. In fact, actually, the Stug came over to join us, and now the Thunderbolt's trying to make it towards the cap. That one was a little short, so that guy is getting close. Loads. Almost direct hit. Tracks flew off that vehicle for a mobility kill, but there's the second shot, and he doesn't need to adjust the aim much. Ow, we just lost our SAU-40, and it's an M10 RBFM. He's fighting it out with our looks, and the looks went down to the M8A1 on the enemy team, but look at that, a lovely direct hit on the M10. Next shot should kill him. Rounds out. It does. He's out the game as well. There's only 3 enemy tanks left. Now they've got a Chi-He, an M8A1, and the Baguette Panther. And the Chi-He, I think we can see him over there. He's firing on some of our teammates. Trying to get shots on him. Yep, well that worked. 136 hit points on him. But it looked like he was heading in our direction. I think he actually he took that hard, and he now wants revenge. We have actually platooned with the Cromwell. Cromwell's got 4 kills. So between the platoon, they've got 9 kills in the game already. But there's only 3 enemies left. But they could, in theory, get a crucial contribution. They need to stay alive, though, and get those kills. Yeah, and there's also a little discussion going on about what Appa was up to. And Appa was trying to win the game. He was trying to help his teammates win. He was shooting all the tanks he could. Okay, there's the M8A1. Fires around in that direction, but it's a 3-second delay for the shells to reach that spot. Fires another snap over in that way. No. Oh my god, we've just been spotted. I just noticed on the mini-map the Chi-He's appeared in front of us, and we're trying to get shots on him. That one went over the top of him. Okay, he's suffering a lot of hits, and they're HE rounds for about 4 or 5 hit points each time, but they're stripping away his health. Okay, so he's driving over to try and ram him if he can. Gets one big hit, and unfortunately the Chi-He loads the armor piercing and gets 2 shots in, which wipe us out. But at least the Chi-He was taken out by the Cromwell in the end. So that means now the Cromwell's got 5 kills. Appa got 5. If the Cromwell can get the last 2 kills in the game, then they will get a crucial contribution between them, even though Appa's died. They would have missed out on getting a brothers in arms, though. There was not a lot that Appa could do. The Chi-He came from all the way over the battlefield to try and kill him. Just goes to show sometimes you should actually relocate, even if it's only a brief lull. And the Baguette Panther, the Britannia Panther, is trying to kill our Stug 3 Ausstellung B, but he did get wiped out. And that means now crucial contribution is not possible. But the M8A1 did go down, or did take out, rather, the Stug 3. So it now looks as if it's just the M8A1 versus a VK3601H and the Cromwell. But the Cromwell's got so little health that he needs to be careful, so he could be taken out with one round from an M8A1. I think it was about one round. Well, because we're just watching a wreck at the moment and we'd rather see the battle, I'm going to zoom over this side of the battlefield and see if we can follow the Cromwell. It does help, really does help, if you transfer the view to the nearest tank in the game. We can see this is where the Cromwell is located at the moment. Oh, and the kill goes to the VK, and that is the end of the battle. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Appa561 of OLIMP in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. In fact, he got 5, 1/3 of the enemy team, and 1 short of getting a top gun. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 15, and his win rate in that game was 7,774, which is Super Unicum standard and quite a bit more. Now, yes, he did die during the game, but you wouldn't believe the amount of, well, let's say it, bitching that came from this Cromwell, who said, "You didn't do anything for me in the game." Well, apparently he was annoyed that Appa561 didn't focus on the enemy Arty. Well, yes, because Appa561 was too busy blowing up enemy tanks. That's why he was focusing on killing the enemy tanks, getting rid of them. And he didn't attack the Arty, but by the time that he was free to kill the Arty had already been killed by the Cromwell. The Cromwell was upset because he got focused on by the Arty, and that was whilst Appa was killing tanks. So, yeah, sometimes you just can't please anyone in this game. No matter how hard you try and how much damage you do to the enemy, they're never satisfied. If we look at the team score, we can see that the highest damage in the game actually went to the Excelsior, and he managed to get a high caliber, Confederate, and patrol duty for 2,703 hit points of damage. The second highest damage was Appa561 with 2,352. So between them, those two did over 5,000 hit points of damage. And the third highest damage in the game, well, that went to the VK3601H on the enemy team with 1,498. And the big complainer actually only got 1,111 hit points of damage. So nothing like the amount that Appa did with his Arty. When it came to kills, yep, it shared this one. The Appa561 got 5 kills, so did the Cromwell, and so did the M8A1 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it's the Excelsior who comes out on top. 1,471 to him, and then Appa561 1,248, and third was the Churchill 3 who got 1,007. The Cromwell only got 879, so 3 players got over 1,000 base, and yes, the Cromwell wasn't amongst them, but Appa was. So let's have a look at detail. He fired 34 rounds, so he still had plenty of rounds left at the end of the game. It's just the tank that killed him, the Cheeky, actually was firing the wrong ammo. He was firing HE at an Arty that's based on a heavy tank. And of course, the HE rounds weren't really going to do much damage. They were only pecking away at him at a few hit points at a time. But the moment he switched back to using armor-piercing rounds, that's when things changed. And so, yes, if you are coming up against an Arty, it's usually best to use the armor-piercing rounds unless you're absolutely certain the HE rounds will do the best for them, will get rid of them quicker. He got 19 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetrating shots, 21 splash. And if we quick check to see which ones we penetrated, well, it appears the Panzer Sebsvala Feta wasn't one, but the Churchill 3 was. He was penetrated. The Cheehy, no, he wasn't penetrated. And looking down the list, in fact, is surprising that he actually penetrated the Thunderbolt, the tank which actually has quite a bit of armor, but he still managed to pen him, and he also penned the Churchill 1. Two heavy tank, or two, the Churchill's a heavy tank, the Thunderbolt isn't, some medium, but two tanks with lots of armor, and yet he still managed to penetrate them. He did 2,352 hit points of damage, of which 2,093 were at more than 300 meters. He also received 10 hits from the enemy, 4 penetrations, 3 non-penetrations, and 3 hits by way of splash, mostly from the Chihi. 150 hit points of damage blocked by armor, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, 730 hit points of damage assist. Now, he earned a profit of 122,185 credits from the game and 4,493 experience points. So, yes, he says, you didn't do anything for me, the Cromwell. Well, he certainly did something for the team, because I think Appa561 had a major effect upon the win that they managed to get in this case. And the Cromwell, well, he's bitching that he didn't get the win himself, or didn't get the medals that he was hoping to get. And I think as well, he's probably annoyed that he didn't get to do more damage, or doesn't get the help of somebody like the Arty firing from the background. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.